Greetings, Minecrafters! Nonsanity here, and welcome to episode 9. No, scratch that. Episode 6 of All the Mods 9 to the Skies. Alright, I have to re-record something, because OBS did not retain my microphone settings for some reason. So, things that have changed. Some of this was not recorded. It was just that stuff that I recorded. This is in between stuff I need to go over. I did set up a small sifting for endstone, mainly because draconium needed to be gotten. That's draconic evolution has been added to the pack, and this is how you get it, with either a diamond or a netherite. And I'm running on the diamond here. I centralized storage. This has been downgraded to a regular oak chest. Well, regular sophisticated oak chest, not a diamond one. And it has an advanced compacting upgrade still, and it's compacting all this stuff. It sits here until it has enough, and then it gets piped out underground through that pipe down there into this dank. And that's where the final ores show up. Likewise, this one also goes into there and gets compressed and run through. And then this line goes straight into the dank because there was nothing in there that needs to be compressed. This line, I have added a total of 4 encased fans blowing through soul fire at the depot. And I raised up all of this just one block so that I can pipe out instead of using the pusher, because the pusher only does about 4. Adding more doesn't help. I need a stack, and the depot, once it has something, won't take more. So as soon as it pushed out 4, even though it had 2 more pushers, they didn't seem to do anything in this case. But now with the advanced pipe upgrade in there, it's pushing out a whole stack. If it has a whole stack. Let's say it's only has about 16. I guess it was backed up before when I was looking. And then that gets pumped out from the bottom of the depot. There we go. Right there. There's the bottom of the depot. Up into this one, which has the soul sand, and then that gets piped out into the flux sieve. So no more pushers because they're just a little too slow. And of course that pushes out into this crate, which then gets piped out into the same dank over here. And the final thing is I made a netherite furnace, which is really fast with the factory augment. And that's just cracking away, and I've told it with this pipe to take all the ores and push them in the top, and out the bottom goes all of the ingots. And it still hasn't caught up with everything. It has a lot of backlog to go through. You can see it's done iron, and I'm not getting tooltips here. Well, probably there's nothing there. These are ghosts. That's why. It's working on the osmium now and still has the copper, aluminum, uranium, zinc, and platinum to go. And it looks like as it builds up new ones, as it works on the one it does, when it finishes this one, it goes back and does all the little piles and then continues on. And I just picked up a whole bunch of it too. And somehow resorted my whole inventory. I made a time in the bottle. And in the time that I've been using it, it's gotten almost 10 hours. So I haven't actually put it to use anywhere. Alright, I think that's all the minor changes to this automation. It's a bit of a mess, but it's, maybe temporary. Alright, for the mob farm, I made, let's go into the mob grinding utilities here. I made 10 mob masher upgrades, which is the maximum, bunch of iron swords, and 10 beheadings, just a bunch of helmets, gold and iron. And I've put them in there, but I want to get the looting. And these unfortunately require a looting enchantment book, which you can make in a number of different ways. Ours, mystical agriculture, but I'm going to do Ender IO. Let's do some more Ender IO. This is going so well. This one should be fine. It takes a book and quill, skeleton skull, and some lapis, and you get a looting 1. You can do more lapis and more experience to get bigger lootings, but you only need a 1 for this. It doesn't actually apply the enchantment to, at least I don't think it does, to the thing. I think you get the same thing no matter which level of enchantment you use. To get the book and quill, though, I need feathers and ink sacs, and I really don't have too many of those. I could throw a bunch of eggs to get feathers, but I thought a faster way would be to use a little bit of mystical agriculture. I don't think I need the coal in there since I've got power. This is the soul extractor. You give it a soul jar, which is some of the soulium and soul glass, and all materials we've got. And then you give it drops from a particular mob, and I've got a chest full of eggs here. And I think it's sided. I think the bottom, these jars go in the side, and the eggs go in the top. But you run this, and it'll start filling up these soul jars. You can also fill them by having the special sword and attacking the particular mob. I don't think it would count babies. So again, I'd have to wait for them to grow up or feed them lots of seeds. I could probably get the feathers pretty quickly just doing that, I suppose. But this was more fun. And it gets me a seed because mystical agriculture, we're going to do a lot with that in this episode. That's going to take a little bit. So let's do about the ink sacs. They too, ink sacs. You can do mystical agriculture, but I would need to make the seed, I would need to also have these soul jars. So I'd either kill a lot of squids or have a lot of squid drops that I could feed. And you can see it takes quite a few drops. It's less than halfway there. And yeah, it's used most of a stack here. So it looks like maybe a stack will get it halfway. Yeah, I think so. 16 eggs gets it halfway there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. So we have more than enough eggs here. I will have to take out the full ones, but yeah, that's working. But I don't have enough. Let's see. I don't think black dye could be used, could it? I don't think there's any way to look up what it accepts. So if we look at use of egg, I don't think the soul extractor is in here. Oh, it is. Okay. So probably black dye is not. It's probably just ink. Yeah, ink sacs to get the squid soul jars. Yeah, that's it. And ink sacs are what we need. So we can't use this to get the inks. So what we're going to do, we're going to use this summoning altar. And the way this works, and I don't have as much as I was supposed to here. I'm missing a stone. So it's 2 stone, 1 dirt, and 4 black dye. And then you hit it with a bucket of water. And squid. And I've got 3 ink sacs. So I just need to do that a few times until I have enough ink sacs. Oh, and that's right. It eats the bucket. Why does it eat the bucket? I'll make a stack of buckets. Oh, that's last. Give me that back. That. Water. Now we've got 6 so far, and I've got 4 feathers, so let's combine some of these to make the books and quills. There we go. And with the beheading in here, I should have plenty of skulls. Oop, it looks like I need to do some cleaning in here. I will do that after. And need some lapis. We come over to this guy, the enchanter. And this does take dark steel, which is used in that alloy smelter. So let's put the book in. Let's put a skull in and 3 lapis. Takes 13 levels, and we have a looting book. And then I can use that looting book to make the mob masher upgrade. So I'm going to do that a few times. And this should be full. It is. Take it out, and new one goes in. All right, good. These we can use to make a chicken seed and grow up some chicken crops. So I will be back in a moment. All right, mob farm is cleaned out. I had a buildup of witch hats in the armory cabinet. So I set this up to turn them into redstone and send them back into the main system. And I cleared out 3 of the most common of the ability totems. Speed, haste, and step assist, I think. Because I don't want any of those right now, and I can easily make them, and I could get more if I wanted to. And just sort of filtered out like the force mitts and a few more things, sent them to the trash. Oh, and thank you for the commenter that suggested doing an ad and then typing in £force::tools, also :armor and :bows. I'm not sure if bows were in the tools, but I did that one first. And those work well to get rid of everything of a type. Unfortunately, it will trash really good stuff too. So now I've got to be very careful. I don't want to put anything I want into this system. I also went and I already taken all these reliquary charms that were showing up. These are all for reliquary creatures, I think, or some mod. I don't know who does the Angry Enderman, the Choo-Choos. I don't think that's reliquary. I think that's Force mod, Force Craft. But I made charms out of all those, but I just went back and like the spider drops and the creeper drops and the Enderman drops and the zombie drop. Oh, did I do zombie? I don't think I did zombie. Where's my rotten flesh? I should have a ton of rotten flesh in here. Where are they? Well, the zombie hearts. That's actually what I want. So if you look at the uses for these, there'll be what's the zombified piglin? Oh, might as well get that one. So I'll need 6 swords. That makes 6 of these, and then you take 6 of them with leather and string, and you get one of these charms. I should be able to make the regular zombie here too. Yeah, there it is. Zombie. 6 of those. Oh, I need a few more hearts. Two more of those. Turn that into a charm. Is there any other mobs that this is good for? Nope. Okay. Put the rest back. And then when you make the charm belt here, you can add more to it. So when I've got this charm belt in my inventory or my charm slots, none of these mobs will attack me, which is pretty nice. Oh, and I should be able to get, let's see, do I have any blazing hearts? No, I haven't killed enough blazes. to get those. Now, typically I just leave it here in my inventory because my slot for it is the belt, and I like, oh, the repair talisman can go in the ring now. Even better. That wasn't, I don't think. Maybe it was, and I just never tried it. Oh, and that can go in the ring as well. Or the belt. I guess we'll leave it in the ring. All right, so now I've got both, and the belt is free. I also spread out my potatoes here just so that nothing else shows up here, because that's usually a sign of there was a problem. It was this getting full, and then that backed up, and then this backed up, and then, yeah, it was a bit of a mess. Small mess. All good now, and should last for a while longer. But as soon as I can get these upgraded to Nether Star, then I won't have to worry. I can just have a couple of these, and at that point, with a 2 billion limit, it doesn't matter what item it is, whether it stacks or not. It'll stack in there, I think. But yeah, we've now got a full complement of 10 looting on there, so all's good. Next, I think a little bit of mystical agriculture, and for that, I think I did my math right. Let's see if I can do math. I've got a full chest of inferium, another full chest of inferium, most of a row. The last column here is 40. I've got 28 prosperity shards and a diamond. And I think this will get me to the master infusion crystal. I think. So the recipes we need to do, we need to make, I didn't have this one. So I need to make that first. Then combine it with 2 of these. And then make the lowest tier inferium crystal. So already I know did my math wrong. I need 3 diamonds. Let me get 2 more diamonds. In case I may need 4 more Enderium. I'm going to assume that I got the inferium correct. And everything else. So let's turn those into those diamonds. And there. And put away a few of these. Make 2 more. I think 3 is all I need. Now you can take these and mix them with 4 stacks of the inferium that'll take it up to the next level. So if we just do that a lot, this will be a lot easier in my other crafting table, so I don't have to redo it by hand, but I want to be able to see if I get the math right. But anyway, after you've done that, you can make the next tier like that. It does not use up the previous one, and you need it, but you can make the second one and it's still there. I think it might take a use. Nope, it didn't. No, it did take a use. I also didn't account for that. But then you could take that one, and I don't have a complete stack here. That'll make it up to the next level, and so on. And you can just keep going up in tiers, and I've already run out of of something. All right, so I did not do my math right. I need more prosperity. All right. I had to make 3 more of the inferium infusion crystals, so I took 3 more diamonds. This one's almost out, but it was enough. I only had to make 1 of each of the others. I had to make a whole bunch of these. What was it, 6 total? So I think I started out with 3. And now I've finally got enough with a few extra, a lot more essence. I didn't keep track of how much essence I had to come in. Probably another chest full, I would say. And there we go, Master Infusion Crystal. And none of the rest of this is needed, so I will toss it away. And actually, I don't need this Master Infusion Crystal at the moment. I'm going to just keep it in my system for exchanges. And I will pick these up and put them away too. All right, getting the Master Infusion Crystal takes a little bit of manual work, but it's great so you never have to worry about it again. Because we're going to be doing some automation, and not this quite yet. First, we're going to make a hyperbox. A hyperbox. I think the mod only has the one thing, which is crying obsidian. Yay, we've got that. Surrounded by ender pearls, and you get a hyperbox. When you place this down, it's got a bunch of colored symbols on the side. Click one, and you give it a name. This one will be Farm 2, for reasons that will soon become apparent. Save and enter. And here we are. This is cobblestone, or bedrock, excuse me. And it is an unbreakable box in another dimension. And you can see these same symbols. If you click on the red one, I could fly. Oh, yep, I came out the red side. And if I click on the blue one, I came in the blue side. And if I click on this one, I should come out on top of it. Yep. And it's not just you, but you can pipe things through those faces, and they come out here too. So it's a little pocket dimension where you can cram a lot of stuff in a little small space. So I've already made one, and I'm starting to build a farm in it. Let's take you down to it. I stuck it down here, just keep it out of the way. Let's hop inside. And this is a not quite completed farm, but look how fast it is. All right, let me walk you through the whole setup here. First of all, we have to go down underneath. I have made lily pads of fertility using the mob farm. They take the 3 of these fertile essence and a lily pad. The fertile essence are mob drops and green dye. Now, it can help to manually grow some other mystical agriculture seeds if you don't have like a cactus farm, which is really easy to set up, and we'll be doing that later. Or lily pads, which can be made from nature essence. But you can sieve to get lily pads as well with the moss. It looks like only in flint mesh, though. And you can also use a compactor to make them. This is what I did. I fed it cellulose, which you can get from just any log. One log, one cellulose, one lily pad. I could easily make plenty of lily pads. And in fact, I still have that setup. It's one that you've seen before. If I pop up here, this guy over here, I set it back up again. So I put some logs in here. They get melted down. I had some leftover materials from another thing, so I was making diamonds. Only made 1 diamond. But you can come in here and say lily, and then say lock, and then exit. And so now it's locked, and you can start it back up again. And let's go ahead and just show it here. Let's grab some logs, pop them in. They get melted down into cellulose. Cellulose comes in here. Oh, gotta hit start, and out comes lily pads. Pretty straightforward. And then the mob farm produces all the other things. The slime pearls, the catalyzing gland, and what was the last thing? Oh, yes, the rib bones. Got those in here too. Large quantities of each, so we're good for that. So I made lots of those. So that's at the bottommost layer. I've filled in the bottom layer with water and laid out lily pads everywhere except the edges, just so I can move around. Then that makes a 1-block gap. And then I have some steps facing away from the dirt that I can, down here I waterlogged them all. Also have some of these lights, because otherwise things aren't going to grow in here. You need some light. So I got some lights taking some of the spaces. And put down dirt, hoe it. I've got a leaf block in there that's waterlogged for getting water to the middle ones, and another light. That light is important. Something has to be there, and it needs to be a light. So the RGB light is a good choice. All of the dirt has fertilized farmland. This is the red fertilizer, just called red fertilizer, I think. Red fertilizer, yes. Let's grab some of that. And let me grab some more inferium seeds. I have 44,000 inferium seeds because I originally had inferium farmland. If you hoe some dirt, doesn't even have to have any water around. Hoe some dirt and hit it with an essence, like inferium. It doesn't need water from then on. And when you grow inferium on it, there is a chance to get another seed. So when I set this up originally, and it was not running this fast, I got a lot of seeds from it when I ran it overnight. But you get a lot more. It grows a lot faster with this stuff, the red fertilizer. However, I think you only get 1 drop per. Whereas if you use insanium essence, insanium, I think it's insane something. Yeah, insanium. When you put that on farmland, turns it into insanium farmland, that you get a lot more drops every time it grows. So that might actually be a faster way to get inferium than the red fertilizer. I haven't tested it. The red fertilizer just grows a lot faster, but I don't think it grows, 6 times as fast if the insanium gives you 6 drops or, more. I'm sure it's slightly random. Anyway, how is this farm working? So you've seen the structure, and we've got the first layer, and like I said, there's a little light there. Above it is a click machine from the mod Click Machine. And in it, I have placed a Supremium Scythe, which is just using essence and prosperity shards around iron or around diamonds. And then just tearing it up one after the other, starting with a diamond scythe like so. And get it all the way up to Supremium because it does not break. So it can sit in here, and it does a 15 by 15 area. Now this click machine is aimed down. The blinky face, which you can see there, is the side where it's going to be doing its clicking. And just like these two, the one at the bottom is pointed down at that light. It's clicking the light, which puts it right at the level of the crops. I'm not sure it'll work without the light. I think you want the light there. A half slab or something would work, but you want a light source anyway, so those little lights work great. And then that harvests the bottom layer. And now I'm going to build out a second layer here, which I've already started to. It's got a separate water source block for the center here because it needs one. It also has a light. I'll be putting some lights around the edges as well as the same as I did down below. And it's got another click machine above it aimed at it with another Supremium scythe in it. Right-clicking. I have it 4 times a second, I think, both of these, just to see how fast this would go. Checking the TPS of the server, but it seems to be running just fine. So those are harvesting quickly. The drops get picked up by an advanced item collector into this chest. It's piped out, and only whitelisting Inferium gets sent over to the crafter, which has one of the Master Infusion crystals, the first one I made off camera. And I've placed one of each type up to the Insanium, and then filled all the rest in with regular Insanium and hit the R button, which remembers, which puts all those ghosts in there so that only that particular item will go in that particular slot. It is amazing how fast it goes. Look at that. Just made an Insanium. 1, 2, 3, another Insanium. That's insane. And all of the recipes are set to internal. So it puts its own output into the next slot, into the next slot, into the next slot, all the way up to the last one. And then the final one takes 9 of these, turns it into Insanium block, and exports it out. If you want any of these other ones to be sent out instead of in, set it to XC so that the Master Infusion Crystal won't be sent out. You want that to stay behind. And then the output of the recipe to go to the output. But I don't have to do that since all these are internal, the ones that use the crystal. And it's only this final block form that gets sent out. That gets sent out the top to this ender chest, which goes back to my system. Likewise, anything else that gets generated, fertile essence or seeds, comes out here. Anything that is not Inferium goes home. And now, one final thing that I added later on, just to see how fast it can go, and it's the reason why every now and then you see every single crop grow at once. I think it's a timing issue as whether or not how often that happens. That's this click machine, which is also aimed down, just aimed at that block. It has a Supremium watering can, and it's going 4 times a second, which probably is too much. I haven't cranked it back to see when it makes a difference. But yeah, it causes a massive growth spurt. But yeah, the rest of it will just be waterlogging these, putting more lilies on them, filling in the dirt, hoeing it, giving it the red fertilizer, and planting some more Inferium seeds. But just in the time that I've been running this particular farm, which is just last couple hours, I think before that, overnight, I had 41 blocks of Insanium. Oh, and now I've got 174. So overnight, before I made the watering can and the faster click, it was 41. Now it's 171. I may already have more than I'll ever need of this stuff. We do need it for a few crafting recipes, but not hundreds of it. There's an Insanium bee. So anyway, I will finish this up and join you in a little bit. Hey, kids. I'm back. I finished it, and to make some more lilies, I need a little bit more green dye. So I put down some you can see this patch of different plant. As you see as a pier there. Those are the dye plants. And it's just been a few minutes. And And how it's at 6,000. When I started, just before I started, this was at 5,000. It's going up so fast. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to need that much dye. I can always put it down again. So I'm going to go ahead and, whoop. All right, vein mine doesn't care which plant it is. It just gets rid of them all. So let me put back down my Inferium. So yeah, this is insanely fast. So if we put down other crop seed types, we might just need a couple of each, like maybe 4. Heck, maybe even just 1 to start with. I can either replicate this whole design, need a little bit more, in the other hyperbox, or actually, we probably have got enough Inferium. I can probably reuse this top layer and just start putting down seeds for other types. But first, we have to make them. So let us exit. I have moved it over here behind my stuff, and this is the new one we made. Don't know where I'll put it yet. I think very soon here I'm going to start doing the final build. Everything here I consider as temporary and will move, except maybe the center area. I probably want to keep that. Even though it's not grid aligned, that one piece of bedrock is totally not aligned to the chunks, which bothers me, since I try and put complicated machines so they don't, it's not half in one chunk and half in another, but we'll come to that when we come to that. All right, so we need to make seeds, and I'm going to try and do some automation. But this is the infusion altar, and it needs 8 infusion pedestals. And when you place the altar, it shows you where the pedestals are supposed to go, which is sort of neat. They are actually, those shadows are like a permanent part of that block. When you break this block, you can see the shadows breaking, which I thought is sort of neat. But they are intangible. You walk through them until you place them, of course. Now, I was thinking I might be able to automate them in the following way. If I run some cable underneath each one, like so, back to the beginning, yes. And then connect it up here to another chest. And I'll have to go down here to whack it with my wrench. So whatever I put in this chest will be sent out to each of the pillars in turn. Each can only hold 1 item, not 1 type, but actually 1 item. I guess I should leave myself a way down. Let's make it big so it's easy. So we're going to try that and see how it goes. Don't think I need that block there. And that's to put the stuff on the outer pillars. To put things in the middle, which is only going to be seeds. I'm going to try a little bit of Ender IO. This is going to be one of these small use cases, just because it's sort of convenient to do it this way. Because I do like the extract and insert feature. These are not ready for prime time. All right, let me do something else. I have a backup. We are going to get rid of, I'm going to put them in my backpack. We are going to get laser IO. Oh, they're probably in my backpack as well. Since I was doing some experimentation with them again. And these, and the laser wrench. So the laser IO was sort of designed to be a replacement for Ender IO's conduits when they were not being updated. Place 2 of these. So click, no. Crouch, click, crouch, no, crouch, yeah, crouch, click to select one. Regular click. There, you see the red beam in between them. That links them together. All right, we're done with the wrench for the moment. So what I want to do is I can, well, you don't have to click the top. You can click the side and then just go to the up tab up here. Oh, first I need to open up this. This is a card holder. It's a convenient way to hold all these cards because there's a lot of them. I'm going to input and an output and another input and another output. All right. Let's go over here and on the up. We have an input and an output. We right-click them to get into their settings. So this is an extract. So it's pulling out of, don't need speed upgrades, pulling out of it, and this is inserting into it. Those are fine the way they are. Over here, do the same. For the insert, no change. Whoops. But for the for the extract, we're going to say, I want to blacklist. So I put a filter card in here. Here we go. Deny. Deny? No, allow. So it only extracts prosperity seed bases. So the filter, allow, prosperity for the extract. And the insert is what the final result is just going to go in there. So, okay, so it'll pull out the seeds and it'll put them into the infusion altar. So that should now have a seed in it. It does not. So the two are linked. I see the red lines. On the up, I didn't have anything left over in these, did I? No, these were blank. Extracting, allow, prosperity. Oh, it might be self-referring. So let's redstone channel. It also doesn't need upgrades. Here we go. Channel. Let's go to channel 1. And then over here on the insert, this one, channel 1. I think I saw it go by. There we go. So it was self-inserting because they're both. So the pull out of the chest and put into the infusion altar is on channel 1, orange, and take out of the infusion altar and put back in the chest is on channel 0, white. And then we just need redstone, which I don't have a card for it, but I think there is one. Laser IO. For laser IO, for everything you have to make these raw logic chips and then cook them. And then these logic chips are used for all the recipes. So there's a redstone card. So let me make 2 of those. You see they don't stack, which is why, oops, did it again. Which is why it's good to have the card thing, which now got shoved into my storage. So you can just stick them in here. It's really just like a bag, but they stack if they're the same, at least. Probably my backpack they'll stack because I've got the stacking. Yeah, they'll stack in here. So I really don't absolutely have to have the card, but that's what it's for. So this one's going to be an output strong. And we'll, oop, no, don't put it on that side. Put it in the top. So that is outputting strong signal on white. And then we'll put that, I'll get that lever again. I shouldn't have put that away. The switch. We'll put that out here, and on this side, if you just click the card on the side, it will put it in there. And that is just reading from that. So that should be, yes, you can see it lights up both. So it's inputting the red signal, it's outputting it over there. So, all right, so the table should have power. And now all we have to do is put in ingredients into here, and it should create the craft. So what ingredients? Well, there's lots of seeds. Hello, computer. And I hit the wrong key. There we go. Lots of different seeds. These are all good resources. A few of them we can't make yet, like mana steel. I haven't done a Botania yet. And some of the high-end awakened draconium, vibranium, aldomadium. I don't have those materials yet, so I can't make the seeds, because most of them require having several of, where's aldomadium? Yeah, we need 4 blocks of aldomadium. 4 insanium blocks, got that. But the first 4 blocks of aldomadium I make, I'll probably make the seed. But for everything I do have, I've gone ahead and collected 4 into this chest. So I'm going to run, which is why I wanted the automation, all of these materials through that system. So let's do something simple like iron. To do the iron seed, and then we'll wrap this episode up, you need tertium. So each one needs some tier of the essence. And because I've got the insanium blocks, I can downcraft that by hand without using the crystal. So I should just be able to drop these in here, and it'll craft it up, put it in the output chest, and put a new blank seed in there. There we go. Just like magic, there is an iron seed. So I should be able to put a bunch of things in there. Can't just dump it all in, because if they have the same essence, then the essences will stack, and it's going to do it in order. But if I manually put 4 of tertium here and 4 of tertium here with other materials in between, it'll do them in order and do the crafts. So it's not a perfect automation where you can just dump it and go, but it's close to it. And it's a lot better than doing it all by hand. So I am going to do that, and it's going to take me a little bit, but not too bad. And then I will probably go down and put each material in that top level of the farm and start generating materials that way. I'll have to add a lot of crafters, because I don't want to just create the essences for most of these. Some of them, like nature essence, has a lot of different uses. So I want to save the essence, and I will put that in one of the danks back there. In fact, I already made a little bit, like I did the dye, and so it goes in there. All the output for the farm goes into those and not into my chests. The back up here. There's the white chest in the back, and it only goes to the danks. So right now my white input chest only goes to the danks. That may change, but it may just I add more danks. And then for any of the things, like I think the iron seed, the essence it produces. All right, we can make crimsonite and iron ingots. I'm probably not going to need a lot of crimsonite mixed with stone essence. Some of these take 2 different things and mix them to make something. So I'll save off some of the iron essence. I'll probably make it fast enough that whenever I need to, I can just disable this recipe in the crafter, and it'll make this. I can make this manually. But for the most part, I just wanted to make iron. So I'll have a crafter turning this essence into this iron, not saving the essence, just saving the iron. And a lot of them will be like that to start with. So, crops, materials, really going to crank it up. Oh, one more thing. One more thing. I want to show a box. A very special box. Made of tinted glass. And this is not that tinted glass. Where did I put my other tinted glass? Is it in my backpack? It is. Okay, there it is. So I've got a stack and 40 of this stuff. It should be enough. I'm going to do the deluxe version because I have a lot of resources. Did I make it too big? No, this is right. This is my standard wither killing box. And this raised part is the important part. This is just sort of like, this is the bonus part. This floor, and there'll be a wall here. But this is the part that's important. So you make one layer like this, which is 3 by 5. The next layer, forget that one for the moment, just so it doesn't get confusing. Next layer is just around the edges with a gap in the front. Next layer is around the edges but has no gap. Next layer is around the edges with a gap in the back. And then there's 2 solid layers. Very important, 2 solid layers. Otherwise the wither will get out. Because the space inside there is only 3 high, and that's a little bit too small for the wither. His head will actually be in this level of the blocks. And he'll be suffocating very slowly, down to half his health if he just wanted to wait. That'd be a slow, noisy way to wait to kill the wither. And it only takes him down halfway. But if these blocks in the top layer aren't there, he will get out, because his head is already in those blocks. And this deluxe version, I just place a bit of a wall there. So if he does happen to shoot out this hole, which he usually doesn't, but if he does, it doesn't break anything. You could do the same, putting a 3 by 3 wall a space away over here of this glass, but there's nothing out there for him to break, so I won't bother. And that is it. I guess I can fill in those walls because I've got the blocks. This is the Wither Killer, and this is how it works. Get some soul sand and some wither skulls. I've got a few. And you just reach up into the middle layer there and place those 2, that one, and that. And then come around the back. If you can't fly, make some stairs to back here and place head, head, head. And there he is. Now I have a sword with some looting on it. But of course that doesn't help too much with the wither. Oh, he's not suffocating. I guess sometimes he appears a little lower and doesn't suffocate. But now he'll suffocate. See, there he goes. But it's faster just to snipe at his tail here. I've never been hurt using this box. He can't get you. And there we go, we have another star. In this pack, he doesn't give you heads back, unfortunately. Got a familiar stone. Nothing amazing. But, yeah, that's a good way to kill him. But before I do any more, I want to make over here this box. No, this box. We were going to get to mechanism, never got around to it. Did I already do... I must have already talked about this. Did I? The deep learner? Put some data models in the deep learner, and you can teach it about mobs. And the wither is one of them. And I'm going to actually make 4 of these. So let me make another wither here. And I'll show you how these work. I guess we'll let him go bang. You need to hit him with the card first. So bang, 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 bang. That locks them to be that mob. Open up your deep learner and toss them in. You can hold 4. They don't all have to be the same. I'm just doing this so I have 4 of these. And then when you kill the wither, and we look at this again, hold down shift, it says data collected 1 of 6, data per kill 1. So I have to kill the wither 6 times, and then these will be ready. Right now they're tier faulty, but we're going to get them up to basic before they can actually be put in the machines and generate wither drops. And then they'll continue to tier up as they're used in the machine. You could kill more withers and tier them up manually, or you can put them in the machine. But we'll do that next time. The only other thing I want to do is I will probably switch from using this sword, since looting doesn't really help on the wither. And I will make a mystical agriculture supreme sword. And then I will enchant it with... I will try and run it through, whereas there's several pages. Magic Siphon, Plague Bringer, Frostbite, Reactive, Reaper, Capturing, Vigilante. Of course, it's going to be on the last page, isn't it? Mystical Enlightenment. That is what I want. I don't think there's a way to make the book. Well, you can if you have experience essence. So I might go about getting those seeds, which require experience capsules, which I think you just can fill up with the experience that I've got in liquid form. No problem. I can make that. And then I can just go ahead and make the enchantment and put it on. I think it has to be on its own sword. I don't think it can go on any other. Yeah, only one of its own swords. Or sickles. Scythes. You need that because that's the only way it will drop the orange dust here. Where is it? Well, it's in here somewhere. It's hiding. The only way to get it is to kill the wither, and you need it for awakened level materials. So I will definitely do those steps, and I'll show you when I get back how it all went. All right. This is Nonsanity. Signing out. Take care. Be good. And see you next time. Whoa. Hello down there. Next time.